What if I told you the most powerful thing you can do to attract someone is absolutely nothing? You probably wouldn't want to believe it when everyone around you seems to be competing for attention. The idea of staying silent feels counterintuitive, but that's exactly why it works to understand why ignoring is so effective. Let's first talk about attention. Attention is currency. It's one of the most valuable things you can give someone, and just like money, when you give it away too freely, it loses value. Look at your own life. The people who truly intrigue you aren't the ones desperately chasing after you with texts and compliments. They're the ones who make you stop and think, why aren't they paying attention to me? What am I missing? It's a simple equation. Scarcity creates value. When you ignore someone, not out of malice, but with purpose, you're signaling that your time and energy are precious, and people can't resist wanting what they think they can have. Let's break it down further. Most people are begging for respect without realizing they're giving others every reason to ignore them. Respect is not granted just because you exist. It's earned through presence, action, and conviction. And the harsh truth, if you don't demand respect with how you live, you'll never get it. Here are 10 honest ways about how to command respect without saying a single word. 1. Stop over-explaining yourself. Explanations are for those who've earned them. If you constantly feel the need to explain your actions, decisions, or boundaries, you're inviting others to question your authority. The more you explain, the less certain you seem. Silence, on the other hand, radiates certainty. When you act decisively without the need to justify yourself, you're telling the world that you know what you're doing. People don't argue with someone who's unapologetically confident. They simply follow the reason. Many people over-explain is insecurity. They think if they don't explain themselves, others will assume the worst. Here's a secret: people will think whatever they want, regardless of what you say. The more you try to change their minds, the more power you give them over. You let them make their assumptions. If their opinions truly matter, they'll figure out your intentions through your actions, not your explanations. Cut the habit of over-explaining. When someone questions your choices, let your silence be your answer. It will either force them to respect your decision or reveal that they were never worth your time in the first place. The people who matter won't need every detail, and the ones who demand it, they don't matter. To own your space, you're either commanding the room or you're shrinking into it. There is no in between. Too many people walk into spaces as if they're apologizing for existing. They make themselves smaller, avoid eye contact, and hope not to be noticed, and then they wonder why no one takes them seriously. Respect starts with how you carry yourself. Stand tall, shoulders back, and move with purpose. When you walk into a room, let your body language announce your presence before you've said a word. People subconsciously pick up on confidence. If you're hunched over and shuffling around like you're scared of being there, no one's going to respect you. But if you own your space unapologetically, they'll have no choice but to take notice. Owning your space isn't just about posture, it's about being comfortable in your skin. It means not fidgeting, not constantly checking your phone, and not avoiding people's gaze. When you're fully present, you're telling the world, I belong here and I'm not going anywhere. And guess what? People will treat you accordingly. 3. Be unpredictable. Predictability breeds complacency. When people think they know exactly how you'll react or what you'll do, they stop paying attention. Respect comes from keeping people on their toes. It's about being one step ahead and refusing to let anyone put you in a box. Being unpredictable doesn't mean being erratic, it means being deliberate. Maybe you don't respond to that message right away. B. You show up to a meeting prepared in ways they didn't expect. Maybe you let silence hang in the air instead of rushing to fill it. When people can't pin you down, they're forced to stay alert around you, and that alertness often turns into respect. Predictability is a comfort zone, not just for you, but for everyone around you. Breaking out of it sends a clear signal. You're not here to make anyone comfortable, you're here to be effective, to make an impact, and to command respect. Unpredictability shows that you're in control of your own narrative, and that's something people can't help but respect. For control your reactions. If someone can control your emotions, they can control you. It's that simple. When you react impulsively, whether it's anger, frustration, or defensiveness, you're handing over your power. Respect comes from being uncheckable. The less reactive you are, the more people will respect your composure. Controlling your reactions doesn't mean suppressing your feelings. It means pausing, assessing the situation, and responding thoughtfully. Instead of impulsively, when you're calm under pressure, you stand out. Most people crumble at the first sign of conflict or criticism. If you can maintain your cool, you're already ahead of the game. Here's a tip: silence is often the best response. When someone tries to provoke you, resist the urge to engage. Let their words hang in the air. That silence will say more than any comeback ever could. It's a power move, and it shows that you're in control of yourself, something most people can't say for themselves. 5. Don't seek approval. The moment you start chasing approval, you've lost the game. People respect those who respect themselves enough not to need external validation. Seeking approval is a sign of insecurity, and insecurity is the quickest way to lose respect. Stop asking for permission to be yourself. Stop looking around to see. It's about creating space for what truly matters. When you stop wasting your energy on things that don't serve you, you have more to invest in what does, and that focus, that clarity is what earns you respect. 9. Be consistent. Consistency is underrated, but powerful people respect those who show up the same way every time. When you're consistent in your actions, your values, and your behavior, you build trust, and trust, the foundation of respect. Consistency ain't about being perfect, it's about being reliable. It's about doing what you say you'll do even when it's inconvenient. It's about sticking to your principles even when it's hard. When people know they can count on you, they'll respect you more. If you're inconsistent, you're unpredictable in the worst way. People won't know whether to trust you, and without trust there's no respect. So show up, follow through, be someone others can depend on. That consistency will speak louder than anything else can. Never apologize for your standards. Your standards are what define you. They're a reflection of your values, your self-respect, and your vision for your life. Lowering them to accommodate others is a betrayal of yourself. If someone can't meet your standards, that's their problem, not yours. Never apologize for wanting more, for expecting better, or for refusing to settle. People may call you picky, difficult, or demanding. Let them. Their opinions don't matter. What matters is that you stay true to yourself. The moment you lower your standards, you lose respect, not just from others, but from yourself. Having high standards isn't about being inflexible, it's about knowing your worth and refusing to accept less. When you uphold your standards unapologetically, you attract people who rise to meet them, and those are the people who will respect you the most.